Alrighty, well today is June 14th, aka Flag Day, aka Donald Trump's birthday, aka the 250th anniversary of our military, and there is a No Kings protest going on at City Hall. So we're going to go check that out, see what's happening, see if it gets violent. Governor Greg Abbott has said that they will not tolerate any riots, and he has activated the National Guard, sending 5,000 troops in preparation of these protests. So we're gonna have a look, see what they what's going on, talk to a few people, just some basic reporting. So come with me and let's go. Can I ask you a question? I'm trying to figure out the park and ride system. Where do I park to take the light rail?
It's on the back side over that. When you go all the way to, or you could take.
Oh my, that was close.
Yeah, you have to go behind that Whataburger. It's a transit center down there.
Okay.
At the end where that train is right there.
Yes.
Make a right. There's going to be a whole nother parking lot across the street right there.
Okay, great.
No problem.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. You too. All right, keeping it moving. Witnessing some road rage. Transit center parking. Yeah, this is what we want. So begins my journey. Maybe the jacket. I wonder if it's gonna rain anymore. It's pretty hot right now. I think we'll survive if there's any rain. Okay. All right, let's go do this thing. This is the lines. Metro. No. I ain't got time for that though. Let's just see if we can catch a ride. I do pay taxes, so this should work, right? Oh, sweet. That was easy enough. I suppose that closes. Awesome. English? Oh. All right. first time riding the train. My map.
Forget it. Oh, I need one of those.
Double track. Excuse me. Capital. I believe it's this way. There's an Astros game going on right now. But a lot of the people are on the train. Wouldn't that be funny if there's like nobody there at the protest and everybody's at the Astros game? Okay, so I got off when everybody else did, thinking that was the end of the ride. But it was actually just the Astros game is why they were getting off. So I have deposited myself about 23 minutes outside of City Hall. And well, that's okay, because it's a beautiful day for a walk. Oh, sorry about that, my bad. Trying to get a good shot and walk right in between that family. Smells great. We have our first political hats on now. That's for Ukraine. They stand in solidarity with Ukraine. I see some goths up ahead. How they can handle this heat in all black, I have no idea. Sustained on pure rage, perhaps. Who knows? Oh, look at that building. Incredible. Wait, gotta get a better angle. The sun up there, man, that's cool. All right, my back. I gotta do some more bending backwards. Let's see if we can catch up to those goths. But we're gonna move. Try and catch up a little bit. Oh, it smells like corn tortillas. Or what do they call them? Tamales, yes. They smell like tamales. Following those goth kids. Where else do they have to go on a Saturday except for to protest? They got a longboard, so maybe they're just having fun. We'll see. There's the aquarium. That's where I would have gotten off if I stayed on the train, but then we would have lost all this walking around footage. I hear people yelling, and there's City Hall. So let's see what's going on. How big this thing is. Oh, there's some people. Let's walk. the awe of just the skylines. It's incredible. This is Houston. Every gritty bit of it. There's some protesting. Seems pretty casual. Oh, there's some signs. Seems pretty calm. Let's just go talk to some people.
They all have very nice places. They have very nice streets. They have very nice cars. They have very nice everything. You can't have a homeless man sitting outside out there. Their buildings are made out of stone. Half of Houston isn't built. We have potholes everywhere. Our roads take 25 years to build. Understand this, we pay taxes. You work 3 months out of the year and you don't even get paid for those 3 months. Most of your tax money is gone, like most of your money gets taken out before you get it. Understand that. When you buy something, it's taxed. When you sell something, it's taxed. Come on, before you get your money, it's taxed. Understand that they want to keep making it worse for us until we don't have a job or can't pay our bills. To a point,
Well, then they don't make any money if we can't work. I mean,
they don't make any money.
they definitely
if we
want to make
can't
us
work.
oppressed, right? So that way we can't act out as much, right?
Yeah, they want to keep us working. How do you keep somebody working? Make sure that they.
Well, I
have to
also
work
believe
as
that
many
men were
hours
built
as
to
they-
work.
No, but imagine working as many hours as you possibly can, so that you can make it by. That's what I do. I make it check by check, even though I work at one of the greatest companies out there. I'm not going to say the name of it, but if you work at a great, large company and you do a hard-ass job outside work, sweating in the sun in Houston, you should get compensated to the point where you don't have to work 50 hours a week. Do you understand that? Do you understand that everybody's here on a Saturday because on Monday we have to go back to this? And the immigrants do it better than everybody here. They do it harder than everybody here. Nobody here is willing to work 80 hours a week.
Well, I don't know about
Nobody
that.
here is willing to work 100 hours a week.
So I go to a church regularly, and we do outreach and ministry and all that
Your
sort of
chur-
thing.
your
And so
church
it's
doesn't
like part of
require
events.
you to work.
No, but we love to serve, and that's the part of it. And so,
I go to church too, but they don't require you to work at church.
No, they
What
don't.
they require you to do at work is work, and they do it 6 to 7 days a week, and they don't complain.
But people
And you're
usually
trying to-
volunteer.
I'm just saying, you're trying to get rid of them instead of trying to think of a
well,
solution.
no, I'm not trying to do that, right? I'm here reporting.
Well, based off of what you were saying earlier, that's what your idea of it would be, is
I
trying
want
to get
rule
rid
of
of
law
them, or
enforced,
to try
but I
to
also
law
want
enforce them
compassion.
outta here.
And I think the compassion is done through community and all that stuff.
Compassion has
I
to
don't.
be-
I'm gonna move on. But thank you very
Yeah.
much for talking with me, bro. What was your name?
Avery.
Avery.
Yes, sir.
Good chatting with
I
you.
think it was this guy with the hat right here.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah. Oh, that one.
Is this a petition as well?
All right. Hey, are you doing petition?
Yes. How are you
Brother,
doing? My name
I'm
is
doing
Brian.
well.
I'm gathering signatures for some of our incredible incumbent civil district court Democratic judges. So, are you registered here in Harris County?
I am.
Do you
Yes.
think we can count on your support? Like,
Well, I want to know what this petition is
absolutely.
for, and then also who
Yes,
you kind of
absolutely.
push in as well.
yes. So basically, here. So Alex, I think you got them all, my friend. Thank you. It's such a pleasure. Thank you so much. So basically, the way that it works here in Harris County, even our incredible incumbent judges have to get 750 signatures of registered voters here in Harris County just to be able to get on the ballot. So as I like to say, before we can even vote for the judges that are going to protect our constitutional rights, we have to get them on the ballot. So these judges right here, I have 5 judges. All of them are incumbent Democratic judges with no primary opponent. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just gathering signatures because these are the judges that make sure they protect our constitutional rights. So that's what I'm doing right here. Just trying to get as many of our judges.
So these judges would like help sign into law certain things. Like what is it that y'all would be protesting here? That
So basically, as far as these particular judges, so what they do, most of these are like civil district court judges. So like if there's like a case over business disputes, personal injury, cases like that, they're the ones that see it. But see, that's the thing. What we need to make sure that we do is we have to have judges there to make sure they protect our constitutional rights, because we've seen these last few years, whether it's on the Supreme Court, on the federal level, here in the state, countywide, that we have to make sure we have the right judges that are protecting our constitution.
Sure. I got a question because some of the people that I was talking to here said that they're pretty much against like people, their doors getting kicked in at night, and like ICE agents raiding it.
That's all.
Has that been happening with legal citizens?
So as far as from what I've been hearing, so like, and just to let you know, so none of these are like criminals. So like, there would be no cases where something like that would transpire in like any of these courts. But like, I mean, as far as I know, I mean, because that's really the most important thing. We have to make sure that stuff like that isn't happening, and that everybody's due process is being taken care of, and everything like that.
Sure,
So,
but do you know of it happening? Is that why?
as far as I've been hearing, I don't.
Okay.
But then that's the thing. See, most of the judges I help out, or pretty much all the judges I help out, are on the civil side or probate side. So they're not the ones that handle that. So unfortunately, like as far as on the criminal side, I don't really know as much as what's going on. But
sure. How do you?
So that's basically what I'm trying to do. Trying to get as many wonderful Democrats to sign the petitions for Democratic judges that are going to protect our constitutional rights.
Sure. How do you know these people, like the judges? Like, how did you? Yeah.
So basically, I have the privilege to help them out. So like, I know each of these judges. So like, for example, Judge Lauren Reeder, she's our administrative judge of all the civil district courts. She was actually voted in by our fellow judges.
Okay.
Judge Bo Miller, who's on the other side, he's our judge of the 190th Civil District Court. He was actually named Judge of the Year by the Texas Association of Civil Trial and Appellate Specialists.
Okay.
And then right here we have Judge Tanya Garrison, who's also been named Judge of the Year by the Texas Association of Civil Trial and Appellate Specialists, and she's board certified in civil appellate law. And then we have right here for Judge Audrey Lawton Evans. She's a true servant leader in our community. She's actually been our former president of the Houston Black American Democrats, and she's even been chair of the Harris County Democratic Party. So she's a true servant leader in our community. And last but not least, we have Judge Jerry Simino, who's actually our judge of the Harris County Probate Court #1. And since he's taken office, he's been named in the top 1% of every Houston Bar Association judicial poll, because in the last 10 years, he's tripled the caseload that the Harris County Probate Court #1 are doing. So these are all amazing judges, amazing Democratic judges, and amazing judges that are going to protect our constitutional rights. But like I was saying, before we can vote for them, we got to get them on the ballot. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Do you have like a quick cheat sheet that I can like look at this and look at them myself?
I wish I did. Like usually I'm just so used to kind of saying it. I wish I had something that kind of went over.
Well, I have the names you mentioned on here. Can you go over the names one more time?
Of course,
yeah. Who were those 5, right?
Yes, absolutely. So we'll start right here with Judge Lauren Reeder. So Judge Lauren Reeder, she's our incumbent judge of the 234th.
Oh, I got all this part, like what you were just telling me. If you could just say the names real quick in a list.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that way I can look them up one at a time.
Shout out for all the names.
Yeah.
So we have Judge Lauren Reeder, the 234th Civil District Court, Judge Tanya Garrison of the 157th Civil District Court, Judge Bo Miller of the 190th Civil District Court, Judge Audrey Lawton Evans of the Harris County Civil Court at Law #1, and Judge Jerry Simino of Harris County Probate Court #1. All amazing incumbent Democratic judges that are going to protect our constitutional rights.
Okay.
So we'd be honored for anybody that's a proud Democrat that wants to support our amazing judge that are going to take care of Harris County. We're just asking them to sign the petition, and my name is Brian. What was
Brian?
your name?
Ethan.
Ethan, it's such a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Thank you for everything y'all are doing, documenting everything that's going on. It's such a pleasure to get to see y'all, and I'm really excited to be a part of it today.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for being so cool and let me interview you. I appreciate that.
My pleasure, absolutely. Thank you so much, Ethan.
And who do you represent, by the way?
Yes, so I basically represent the judge. So that's what I'm doing. I'm helping out the judges
Right, sure.
Yeah, so that's basically.
But I imagine it's not the judges, the Democrat judges,
Yes.
or is it like a part of the DNC or something like that?
Like I do like help out like with the HCDP. So basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to help out as many Democratic judges get reelected. So that's really my big thing. So like I help out HCDP and really
HCDP.
just the big thing.
They're the ones that asked you to come out here today.
Yes.
HCDP. Okay.
Yes. So them and the judges are the ones that asked me to come out here today to kind of.
So you know them personally?
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice. Very good.
So that's the thing. That's one of. I mean, I know them personally, because I've had the pleasure of being able to help them out. So that's the thing. The only reason I'm out here for these judges is because I can assure you that all 5 of these judges are extraordinary judges. They work very hard. They're amazing Democratic judges, and most importantly, they're going to protect our constitutional rights, not try to take them away. So at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. We have to make sure we're voting for the judges that are going to protect our constitutional rights.
Certainly.
These are 5 amazing Democrats, and like I was saying to you earlier, before we can vote for them, got to get them on the ballot. So that's what I'm doing, Ethan. So, no, I appreciate it, my friend, and it was a pleasure getting to meet you.
Thank you. Likewise.
You for being out here. Like, have you been getting some good footage?
Yeah, I got some people talk to them, just why they're out here. You know what brought them here. You know how. I also, kind of like who organized, I suppose. I know somebody told me about it. It's on Facebook, and so I found it on Facebook. But
I was wondering like who all, because like I know like the Harris County Democratic Party had a 10 here, but I'm not sure. Like so, yeah. I mean, this has been such an amazing event. It's been so many great, amazing people out here. So I've been honored to be able to to protest with some of our amazing folks out here today.
And peacefully too. It's nice to see.
That's what it's all about. Yeah.
Certainly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Brian, it was nice talking with you again.
Ethan, you keep on rocking, my friend.
Thank you,
so
sir.
much.
Yes.
Hey, brother, man, I appreciate you, man. Be safe, huh?
En Centroamérica estamos como invasión tanto política como económicamente. Damos pasos de aquí Eso es un lujo que no me puedo dar. Que me maten o que me lleven preso. Es lindo México, pero cuánto sufrí.
Excuse me, sir. How'd you hear about today's event?
It's in the news.
Oh, okay, it was in the news. That's how you heard about it. Okay, I heard it off of Facebook. I'm just curious. Okay, thank you. And would you like to give a sort of statement, maybe?
Nothing.
Okay. You have a good day, sir.
Yep.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry. I'm kind of interviewing some people. Are any of y'all able or at liberty to talk?
No, we can't, man.
Okay, sure. All right. Thank you guys for being here. You got your drum.
Yeah.
You been playing any beats?
A little bit, yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How about yourself? Do y'all
Good,
care to be
man.
recorded?
Documenting? Sure.
Yeah, I am. Kind of like basic reporting.
Yeah,
Kind
we
of.
don't give a shit, man.
Sure. So how did y'all hear about this event?
Yeah, man. Facebook.
Facebook, same. Yeah. Another guy heard it on the news. I'm kind of curious, like, who organized everything, you know? And like,
I'm pretty sure it's like a group called No Kings.
yeah.
Yeah, I looked at their page and they have like organized a bunch of protests in all different cities and yeah.
Okay.
There's even a website thing.
I saw the website and everything like that, but I meant like, you know, who got everybody here? I guess they got the word out on Facebook and whatnot. And
We didn't even know where it was going to be. We just kind of drove and found this.
Yeah,
so.
same. I followed some goth-looking kids, and I was like, they got to know where the protest is at.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to like play me a little beat. You don't have to.
Yeah, I'm good right now.
Okay. And what was your name?
Josh.
Josh. Thank you very much for chatting with me, man.
All right, man.
You have a good day. Yeah, you take care. Hey, I saw you chatting with some people over there. Are you a part of this event, or are you
I'm not a part of the event, but I came for the event.
Okay, same here. Yeah. So, why'd you come today? If you don't mind me asking, I'm reporting. What's that?
Are you recording?
I am. I'm doing like basic reporting. I can turn it off though. Sure. Hey there. Would you care to ask me to ask some questions?
That's the right one right there.
Right here? Okay. Well, where'd you get your flag? Or if you don't mind, you don't have to.
Online.
You got it online. Okay. And so, who brought you out here today? Or what brought you out here today?
Defending our people.
What's that?
Defending our people.
Defunding your people.
Defending.
Oh, defending.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, are you talking about, so obviously I'm trying to get a characterization of the whole thing. So the other side would say that there is people that are illegal that are coming to the country. You wouldn't say that you're supporting illegal immigrants, or would you say that you're talking about legal citizens? Defending what people? Who are your people?
Well, I'm definitely. The thing is about there being illegal immigrants is some of them are children, and the children didn't make that choice. Just like the African Americans didn't ask to come over here from Africa during slavery. So these children are not making that choice.
Are they being deported by themselves? The children?
Yes.
Yes?
Some
Okay.
of them, yes. They're going into schools and churches, and I just don't think that I don't think that's okay.
Here in Houston or around the
Everywhere.
country?
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, it seems what a lot of people seem to be concerned about is constitutional rights being infringed upon
Yes,
legal
absolutely.
citizens.
With the no due process, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so do you believe in deporting people through legal process?
Through legal process, I would say that's okay.
Okay.
Because Biden did it, Obama did it. They actually deported more people
Right,
than
yeah.
Trump. So, but it didn't cause this. Why?
No.
Because they actually deported actual criminals. They didn't go into schools and churches and take children from their parents.
Okay. I haven't heard any of that happening, but I want to do my research because that's what I'm getting a poll of, like what people are out here for, what they see and believe.
Yeah.
And so if you've seen that, then obviously that's horrible. I have not heard or seen any of that,
Okay.
but I'll take a look at that.
Okay.
All right. What was your
It
name?
was nice to meet you, Jenny. Jenny Perez.
Jenny Perez. All right. Nice to meet
what's
you,
your name?
Ethan. Ethan James.
Nice to meet you, Ethan James.
Likewise. You have a good day, sir. Hey there.
I got my flag in the car too.
Oh, do y'all care to be interviewed? Do y'all care to be interviewed?
No.
No? Yeah, sure. I noticed y'all had the American flag, so I was curious if you were like, what angle are you coming from here?
The fact that we should not be deploying battle-hardened active duty troops on U.S. citizens.
Okay, on U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
Have you seen that happening with U.S. citizens? Because from my own news sources and bubbles, I haven't seen anything like that happening.
LA, they sent the 27th,
Yes.
which is one of the most battle-hardened active. So they're sending.
Right, but
those
was it to
people-
get legal citizens or illegal immigrants?
It was to. First of all, it doesn't matter because it's unconstitutional and it's illegal. You're not allowed to use active army on U.S. soil. Period.
Okay. Well, so I think that the legal precedent that they're trying to do to support that is not an activation of the Illegal Aliens Act, but it's something in there that's like because it's like Insurrection Act. Thank you. Yeah.
But
So
they're not.
no.
And
Okay.
they're also not declaring martial law.
No.
And the fact that they're not declaring martial law or insurrection means that it's still illegal. And it would also be illegal for them to do so.
But even if they are illegal immigrants.
What? What about it?
Well, so I mean, do you believe in due process, or because the person hasn't
Yeah,
come
due
here?
process.
Well, so
Like the Constitution says.
but even if they haven't come here through the proper processes.
Yes, because the Constitution, if you fucking hop a gate into our country, the Constitution says you have due process. But now what they're doing, and I know this from people I know, okay, they're doing it legal. They're going to their immigration trial to get it, and what they're doing now, they're dropping all the cases, every case. So they're going in there doing it legal, and no matter what, everything's perfect. They're taking mom away from kids. They're taking dad away from kids.
You're not the only
Immediately.
person that said that. I haven't seen anything
I
yet, but I
have.
want to go. Yeah, is there
Multiple.
like sources that you remember that I could like go to and see this?
If you give me your card,
Or like, I don't have a card. I'm just independent out here. I do have a YouTube channel. It's Ethan James.
well, I would have to like send you my videos that I've seen.
Okay, yeah. I'll tell you what. Would you mind like taking my number?
Yeah, but what other questions you got?
Well, who brought you here for one? How'd you get out here? You know, me yourself. So how'd you hear about it on Facebook?
No.
Huh.
I just knew there'd be people protesting.
Okay, from the news.
No, just because of what's going on.
So you're
And I figured most of it would be about the immigration, which I support, but also Trump is trying to do things that a king would do and use. You cannot use active military on U.S. soil. Period.
okay.
Period.
Okay.
Unless we're under invasion, and that's to protect us, not against us, or insurrection, which he has not called. He's trying to, but he can't because what he's saying is not true. The governors of the states are not, they're the ones, the mayors and governors are the ones who are supposed to tell him to do it. And they're like, no, we're fine. So he's still calling in thousands of active duty,
yeah.
hardened fucking Marines.
I haven't seen any here though. I'm surprised because I read that.
Here, everywhere except California is still National Guard, which
Oh, okay.
that is their
but
job.
Abbott said he was brought in 5,000 National Guard
National
for
Guard's
this.
fine. That's their
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, to defend like
Active
these things.
duty, National Guard's me and you. We have, we go on the weekends, we train just in case. Active duty is they
Yeah.
fucking murder for a living.
Sure, they go to basic training and whatnot. Well, they kill. To say murder would be
And
an
the
unlawful
27
killing, right?
That they put out there are not normal Marines.
Yeah, I've seen some of the videos. They are serious guys. Yeah, for sure. So, do you support the philosophical statement "No kings"?
Yes.
What
Because
about
we're all
Jesus?
kings.
Oh, we're all kings. But what about Jesus?
What about him?
Oh, he claimed to be God. He claimed to be the King of the Jews. I am as you say. Well, he confirmed it through Pilate. He said, I am as you say. Are you the King of the Jews? And he says, it is as you say.
I believe that Jesus said that anyone can speak to God just as I can.
Through the power of
And
the Holy
now
Spirit, right?
things have been misconstrued to where you have to pray in Jesus' name. That's not what Jesus wanted. He wanted everyone to have their own personal connection to God. And if you do the research, it's true.
Well, what do you think he means when he says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except through me?
He didn't.
Okay, so why do you say that?
Because that's not his philosophy. That's what someone said he said.
Well, it was his apostles that wrote it down.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you don't believe that?
There's nothing in there that
So you think that
Jesus quote, I am this. No.
Well,
It's this
his
person
followers
said that.
transcribed it, right? So, and Jesus chose them, right? So why would he not trust them to get the word out
I'm
the way
sure
they're
he
supposed
would,
to?
But he has no bearing on the amazing amount of people who have translated it for their better good. Okay? Because what does religion boil down to? Not spirituality. It boils down to money.
Well, how do you figure that?
Well, spirituality is a connection to God, right?
Uh-huh.
Religion is a way to get you into a church and get donations.
Well, so I mean, the Bible talks about don't neglect the assembly of believers. You're part of a body. One person is not independent of the body. They need the body, and the body needs them, right? So it's like it's community fabric, right?
Okay.
So to me that makes sense. It's not just a spiritual how you get to God, but it's also
As a
God's provision for
community,
people.
You have much more power in prayer.
Uh-huh.
For sure.
Sure.
Well, why is that done in a building where it's a multi-million or billion-dollar company?
Well, it doesn't need to be, right?
It doesn't.
No.
It could be right here. It could be right here.
Certainly.
We could have a sermon. All of us right now together could pray, and it'd be just as powerful. The reason that they're doing in church and religions is to control people, control the doctrine, and greed.
Well, I definitely don't agree with all the doctrine, but I would say I'm a Reformed Christian. I've gone to a mega church before, and there's plenty of very kind, nice-hearted people there, but at the same
I
time...
believe in God, but I believe that every blade of grass is God. Everything in the world is God.
Would you say that's pantheism?
No.
Well,
I wouldn't.
that the earth is part of God?
Everything is God.
Okay, so that's pantheism, I believe.
We were
right?
made in God's image, right?
Yes, it says
So
that.
why would we not be
But are we
God?
are
If
we
were
using
made
the
in
Bible as a
image
standard,
of
or
a
are we
God,
not?
If we were made in the image of a God, would we not be our own God?
Well, we would be in an image of God.
Correct.
So and that's what the Holy Spirit is in us. It's God's Spirit within us to the believers.
Agree to disagree.
Well, I just had a quick question. So, would you use the Bible as a standard, or would you not?
I would use the Bible as a book of lessons to be learned and to carefully read between the lines.
Okay. What was your name?
Randy.
Randy. Thank you very much for
Randy
chatting
Golf.
with me. Randy Golf.
Yeah.
Pleasure talking with you.
Yes, sir.
You have a good day.
Thank you, Randy, for your support. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you for being here with us.
Are you documenting as well too?
A
Oh.
little bit.
Would you mind talking to me? So you're here in solidarity.
A minute or two.
Say what?
Yes, I can do it for a minute. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, how did you hear about today's event?
Well, I'm always in media, social media, looking at the news and
Okay, so like Facebook
Yes, and
or
I'm very
what's that?
upset about what's going on.
Okay, so Facebook or X?
Facebook, X, TikTok.
Okay, and so what have you seen that has brought you out here? Is it because of ICE going in and arresting legal citizens? Like, what is it that's got you out here? You know?
Well, because I believe what they're doing is illegal. It's completely illegal.
Okay.
They're stepping in, all over the Constitution. It's illegal. They're kidnapping people. In fact, that's what I call it. The kidnappers.
Okay.
The kidnappers, ICE. That's what I call them.
Okay.
You know, they come from, direct from the tyrant Donald Trump. And they're kidnapping people because once they arrest them, because they can stop them anywhere. And they just ask him, hey, come here. That's it. And then
When you're saying that
them.
they're kidnapping people, is this legal citizens we're talking about, or immigrants?
Legal and illegal citizens.
Legal and illegal.
And
Okay.
illegal citizens.
Okay.
Because they go after people with color. They tell them, hey, come here, arrest them, and then they find out if they're legal or not.
Okay.
You
Do
know?
you have a source? Because I've heard a lot today that ICE and the government has gone into certain people's homes and like
They
dragged them
have
out of their
done it. They have
home.
done it.
Well, I believe that they've done that with criminals, but I don't know about legal citizens. Is what
Well,
I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna be honest with you. That's what they promised. Republicans, they promised they were gonna go after the
Illegal immigrants
no,
or criminals,
Right, the criminals.
and then also
The
illegal
ones that
immigration.
They were here illegal. They came with a visa. They stay after. They were illegal. They were gonna go after them.
Right.
But they do it. That's not what they're doing.
Okay.
They're going after people who has papers, who is processing papers. People who is trying to do things right.
Okay.
You know, they're
Yeah.
going after people and then ask them, hey, come here, arrest them, and then find out what's going on, if they have illegal or not.
Okay.
And in the meantime, your family doesn't know what's going on. Where are you? It can pass 3-4 weeks before you know where your family member is.
Sure.
So it's I'm against all of this. I
Sure.
cannot believe this is happening in the United States of America. I'm in shock because I have seen this happening in other countries. I have seen this happening in the Middle East. I have seen this happening in Venezuela. I have seen this happening, in Nicaragua, Cuba.
Sure. Yeah.
But never
yeah.
in the United States. We are the oldest democracy in the world, 250 years. And here comes one guy, who's he's not respecting the Constitution. Everybody has to go through a legal process. It's not whatever he wants to do.
I have still yet to see that, but I understand your perspective and your side of it, and I definitely don't want people that are legal citizens to be arrested, and taken out of their homes. And although illegal immigration is not something I'm for, and this was sort of a mandate, right, from the people, that there was a lot of 13 million people came into the United States undocumented, right?
Let me tell you something. This is something this problem is not from now. This problem is from many decades ago.
Oh, sure.
We
yeah.
did it wrong. We did the immigration system wrong. And that is a problem that belongs to the Democratic Party and the Republicans. They have both done it wrong. Okay, we can fix it now. We can sit down and fix this, but not the way they're doing it right now.
Do you have any insight about how we would fix it?
Well, by sitting together. There's Canada. There's Europe, who is doing the Australia. They have a very organized immigration system that works. Why can we not doing it? Why can we have not done it in all these years? You know why? Because of money also.
Sure.
There's money involved. Because believe it or not, immigration also is a business.
Oh, I know, I'm sure.
It's a
and,
big business.
and so is trafficking, right?
Right.
And I think that's
So
the
is